great. This is Baldu. He's very shy. And now you have my YouTube voice back, because this is the voice we use for Rex to rides. Now, technically speaking, this is clearly not a wreck, but it's a car that it was abandoned for about 6 years. And I got to tell you, this is a car that I've been after for the greater part of about 7 years. And when I walked around, so when you come around this side, when I first saw this car, I sort of came around that side, and I'd noticed that it had a fender bend on this side, over here, and we still have a little bit of work to do on that. And so what I did was, you can't really count that as a wreck, really, because it was still a ride. I mean, abandoned for 6 years, it never drove, and we literally just popped a battery in, and it started first time. Well, once I managed to get my head around the immobilizer, which is confusing as fuck. But anyway, and please, while we're on it, please subscribe, because we're trying to get as many subscribers. We've got 6, and I need 1,000. So guys, just hit subscribe. I'll forgive you for not even liking it. I'll forgive you for not even commenting, but subscribe, please. And you know where the subscribe button is. So what we did was, I thought, when you get replacement panels, your panels are a lot thinner if they're aftermarket. So I went off and I got myself an original, you can see it's a pre-facelift, just to let you know. The facelift Mercedes, which came after 93, has got that bonnet strip around here. So when you see your headlight lining up with this, you know it's pre-facelift. And to me that's nothing. It had a small dent and needed replacing because the steel was bent in there. And it was replaced with a proper steel Mercedes panel. And if you come a bit closer here, we have the most fantastic panel meter. You can see he has matched that paint perfectly. It's fantastic. He is superb. Old Raycott is our hero. We love him. Now, you take a step back and just take this car in. Like I said on our previous KB1000 video, a car's got to talk to you, and this car spoke to me for years. But if you come around here, I'd actually bought it before I even knew what I bought. And I said to the guy, I said, as you can see, there are still a few scratches, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. I said to the guy, okay, I made an offer, and we'd secured the car. He'd accepted the offer, got the money, everything ready. I said to him, by the way, what car is it? And then when he showed me, I thought, oh dear, it's not a 190E, but it's actually better than 190E, because if you come around here, you'll see the second most fantastic thing about this car, the 280E. Now, a little bit about the 280E, very quickly. There were only 55,000 of them ever made. There are allegedly only 5,000, or 5 close to the number of subscribers I've got, which is 6, so please subscribe. On the Mercedes-Benz active and database in the country, so it's an extremely rare car. The 190 is superb, but it's not quite as rare as this. So a little bit more on that later. On the bodywork in general, it is all original. It still has the SLS suspension, which is a self-leveling suspension. Everything is working. If you come and take a look inside, first when you listen to that door, it's just music. The leather, the wood, the dashboard, look at that dash. It is gorgeous, and all through these years, this car has genuinely survived everything. Let me tell you, there's nothing quite like German engineering. Underneath the bonnet, we have the M104 motor. It's a straight in-9.6, and it's one of the greatest motors as far as I'm concerned ever made. This thing roars, you don't feel a thing. I mean, this thing can apparently sit on the highway at 200 kilometers an hour with great ease, but that's just apparently, because I would never do something so absolutely irresponsible in my life. Now, if you look at this car, you'll notice there are a few little scratches, but I've got to tell you something about these scratches. First of all, we have our secret weapon. His name is Raycott, and he is just amazing. So, if you get scratches and a few small dents and that, as far as I'm concerned, if you've got a car like this and you're not using it, I mean, come on guys, cars are a thing of beauty. Cars speak to your soul. Cars are they invoke, I remember Tim Stevens from The Rock always used to say, you know, the amount of joy a piece of tin can bring people is unbelievable. And just owning a car like this is just, it's just a feeling. It's indescribable, really. So I'm not even going to try and describe it. And if you're not getting that, you're not driving the car. As far as I'm concerned, there is something wrong. Your car is a thing of beauty. It's part of your life, but it's got to be driven. So, you know, aside from a full write-off, let's not have that because we like it. If you're getting these small dents and scratches, you're not enjoying your car. So don't be a car guy if it's just sitting in your garage. You're not a biker if your bike is in the garage. I don't care if it's winter or if it's raining, it's night time. You're riding it out. But I got to tell you one thing about this car. Or one thing. I mean, apart from it's gorgeous, and the little, for some reason, the headrest flat down, and it does all these things that, you know, I got to tell you, I had an A160, I could never understand. You don't turn the aircon on, you turn the aircon off. So the aircon is only off when the light is on to turn it off. So this is not something that I quite understood until we came to this car. Because this car has environmental control. So when you think you're switching the aircon on and the light comes on, you're actually turning the environmental control off. So this is something that gets a little bit confusing. Now, we get to the biggest secret of this car. And if you come and have a look here.
It's shifty.
Okay, we got someone at the gate. Well, it'll only be a minute. Here's the spare wheel. It has all the tools. It has extra tools. It has the most amazing jack I've ever come across in my life. But here is something that you never see. It's over here. Right here, and here's a little trick. Here's a little something I want to tell you about tires. Don't just check your tires for tread. Don't just check it for wear on the outside, check it for wear on the inside. The most important thing you must check is your expiry date, which you'll find in 4 numbers on the tire. Now, a tire lasts basically 5 years. It's rubber. It's like an elastic band in your drawer. So you take the thing out after 5 years, it just snaps. Stands to reason, your tire may look fantastic, but when you're on the road, it's not performing the same way because the rubber has changed in its nature. The reason why we've kept this tire is because of that. This is the original tire that the car came with. It was made, these numbers are 2493, which means it was made in the 24th week of 1993. And look at that, this rim, this tire has never seen the road. So this is really, all in all, just one of the most amazing pieces of machinery that I've ever owned. We've done a little bit of work on it. It didn't need a lot. And now, it's sad to say, it is up for grabs, so you can give us a shot. But definitely, a W124 Mercedes was the finest piece of German engineering. So guys, I'm sorry we haven't shown you the whole journey of this, but we've only made the channel really when we're basically near done with this. So stay tuned for the Isuzu. Thanks guys.